This UFL Picks Week 10 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. You can win up to 100 times your entry with Underdog Fantasy. Pick them. Sign up with SGPN to claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $250 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by the Mega Memorial Merch Sale. 15% off of everything in the SGPN merch store with the promo code SGPN May. Act now as the sale ends on Friday.
What's going on? This is Dwight Freeney, and you're listening to SGPN.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
What's up, Sean? Just sitting over here with some dogs.
Yes,
it's a real dog party behind me.
Dog.
Your dogs are here. My dog is here. He's pulling out the Pullman sweatshirt that he
loves. That
he likes to use as his dog bed. Real alpha move by my dog Garth.
Great,
pulling it out there.
Great reference too, because we will.
Oh yeah.
Be recording, and I'm not even sure this could be the first that Colby's hearing about this, but we will be recording a SGP Stories episode.
Yeah, dropping next week
where we recap our trip to Pullman.
Yeah, make sure you get in on the Patreon. Obviously, you get the bonus monthly SGP Stories podcast. You also get access to all our picks sheets, UFL, PLL. We did our first PLL episode. That was a lot of fun.
NFL
all
futures.
The NFL futures. And if you sign up, you also get access to the Patreon weekly pick'ems. Last week's winner, Magic Man Blanco, won $100 cash for a week one NFL bet.
Love that guy.
This week's prize, Dream Team package. So we have these new Dream Team shirts, and you can get 5 shirts. Obviously, is 1 and maybe 4 your buddies, or just 5 for you. Whatever it is, you create your own Dream Team.
Wife and 3 kids.
Yeah, yeah. 2 wives, 3 kids, whatever the formula is. SportsGamblingPodcast.com.
An Archers fan, maybe.
Oh yeah, /Patreon.
See what I did there?
A little more PLL references. Yeah, make sure you check out the PLL episode. It was a lot of fun.
A PLL polygamy joke.
We had CJ in there talking lacrosse. Also college baseball happening. Make sure you check out Noah B. The college baseball experience. We're also running a $200 SGPN gift card giveaway. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/bracket. Get in over there. And of course, last couple days, or last day actually, for the Mega Memorial merch sale. Look at this sweet hat. Promo code SGPN May get you 15% off. Joining us on the line from the college football experience, Colby Dant, aka Pick Dundee. What's happening, Colby?
How are you guys? And look, I thought we were gonna do an episode about our dogs throughout our life, because we could do a couple hours on that, right?
Yeah, just share some dog stories for sure.
Yeah, I was talking about getting a jersey for one of my dogs earlier.
Oh,
I was gonna use it for content this fall.
My dog Garth, he is a small dog. He doesn't do well in cold weather, so the couple times we're up in the mountains or going to location with snow, you take him outside, he starts shivering and shaking. So we got him a little dog jacket, put him in the dog jacket. Now, I wouldn't say he's the brightest dogs, but he gets the jacket on and he tries to walk backwards out of the jacket.
Hates the jacket.
And then he immediately realizes he can't walk out of the jacket. No. And then he just stands there completely rock solid. And I feel like he doesn't even enjoy the jacket. Like the idea that the jacket is making him warm does not occur to him at all. I think he feels like it's choking him out, whatever it is. He's not a big jacket
Maybe
guy.
It's a Chihuahua thing. Cause the same thing with just don't bother putting anything on top of it.
Yeah.
The fur's enough.
Not huge fans. We got some touting to get to UFL. I know we also have some animal action that you guys wanted to get to.
Well, no, that's not. This is
I'm underselling it.
No, you're not. Yeah, we were reflecting on how none of these games fucking matter really.
Okay, yeah,
and we were making sure we would have a good, well produced show. For
they do have the lines out. So again, we were. The whole thing has been funny because there's been a couple times where we had to delay the show because there wasn't lines out. But this week they put lines out super early when none of this means anything.
Nailed it.
I was going to say that I'm a killer whale when it comes to these picks.
Oh,
yes.
Wow.
We should break down our records. Kramer and I 26, 18 and 4, good for 59%.
It's pretty
Kramer with his locks 71%. I'm hitting my locks at 75%. Are you fucking kidding me? Colby 29, 15 and 4, good for 66% overall, 71% on the lock, but Discord is all you have to know, aka fading our consensus plays 6, 11 and 2. So if you took our consensus plays, you were hitting at 65%. If you faded us like idiots, you're hitting at 35%. And Kramer hit the big dog last week at plus 340. I know Colby and I also liked it. I gave it out on the Veasan show as well. But the Brahmas upsetting the Stallions. I mean, clearly they're not like following these teams.
They're not paying attention to the playoff scenarios. And if you throw out week 4, real blemish, we all went 0-4. The Discord goes 4-0. The Discord 2-11-2 the rest of the week.
Yeah,
so
without week 4.
I mean, even producer Josh 71% on the locks.
Yeah,
just full blown dominance.
I also did a deep dive on
David Robinson.
No,
that's for but SGPN behind the scenes. I come into the office, or no, Patty C comes in the office. He's clearly been working. He's got pages and pages of data, and I'm like, and he goes, "I got to show you this, guys." And we're like, "What?"
No, he didn't just do that. He did a all right, it's time to show you. And it was a physical, again, former Division I athlete, former. He had to do one of those kick back and roll forward. So it was all right, here we go.
Gets up. He's got his laptop, big presentation. And the entire presentation was about how David Robinson was actually better than Tim Duncan. Crazy advanced number. He did a very good job on the presentation. And I even said hey, get this on the website. What he's just, I don't know if he's taking this to bars to try and it's
dude, we've argued.
He's a data scientist who doesn't want anyone to see his data. What is he? I'm like, Patty C, this is cool. He had all these advanced numbers laying out a good case as to why David Robinson. I didn't know this was an argument that was being had.
No.
But maybe it's between you and Patty C.
Well, I mean, it's Olajuwon and Robinson.
He was in there as well.
Well, on the whole ride home, because I gave him a ride,
oh boy,
he was talking about that, and I broke it down of why the stats will back that, even though Tim Duncan's way better. So come on, I mean, this guy pulling up useless garbage stats that fit his narrative, but no, I mean, he does this for everything. So I'm saying, he's an untapped resource because of college football. He does a bunch of this stuff too, man.
He really opened my eyes to the way that AI is going to be adopted. And it made me realize that intelligent people are highly at risk for not thinking about the way that I watched Patty C interact with AI in a way that I would have never thought to interact with. And it was oh my God,
Patty C,
he's a genius.
Deep dive data scientist coming soon.
But hold on. My point was, I went from 1980. I started at 1980 and went all the way up to 2023. And there were a few years that the team with the second best offense didn't make the playoffs in the NFL, but that's because of the division ranks. I think it was the 89 Redskins, one of the Dolphins teams in the AFC East with Marino.
It's a long-winded Renegades take.
Well, my point is they were all 10 win teams, 11 win teams. The divisions were just so stacked at the time, they didn't make the playoffs. But never in the history, well, at least since 1980, has a team had a losing record with the second best offense. And that's my point on this Kokanimi rule. and why the league is I can't take it that serious, man. And hashtag UFL Jeff sucks, but
yes.
I hate to agree with Colby, but considering it's football, considering I'm starved to watch highlights of dudes in shorts and t-shirts playing football. Yeah, kind of maybe we'll call it a tough roll on the schedule luck. Didn't work out well for him, but I would say back to real business, Sean.
Yeah,
we are green lighting this David Robinson deep dive, right?
Oh, I mean,
it needs to be on the YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I am any sort of
like I'm thinking like a PowerPoint, like he's sharing his screen and Colby and Patty C are there and they're talking about it.
Yeah, I'm down. I would love to see it. I was just laughing. It's like, Patty C, you did all this work. Yeah. Let the world see your invention here.
When COVID hit and we had no sports to talk about on the college experience, we just did like an argument episode of like best players ever, football, basketball, best rivalries, and I think it did all right considering. I remember like arguing with some people on social media. This will be maybe we do the argument podcast.
Do you know the?
That's different from the current podcast. There's no arguing on it.
Depends.
Yeah, Colby too. I forgot. I need to send you over if you can whip me up a Canva template for Sean's top 10 stadiums.
Oh yeah.
I got a list I'm working on that.
That's as far as my Canva duties go, buddy. All right.
That could create some debate here.
Oh, also though, on a serious note, I think we do need to like Patty C playing the new college football video game. That feels like something he could excel at.
He's already told me we need to get it. I want to get it. I just don't know if I'll have time with you are
doing the
that's why it's for Patty C to do.
Yeah.
You're putting out 133.
34 this year. Kennesaw State jump into the FBS.
That's a 3.
Next year will be 36, 136 with Missouri State and Delaware.
Pause. Hold on. You said you were doing FCS schools though.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why we've already been into the FCS ranks. FCS college football experience. Check that out.
What are you doing? Conference by conference or all the teams?
Conference by conference, but we do time on all the teams. So like,
will there be 10 minutes
FCS
on all the teams that get a solo episode?
Probably.
Maybe North Dakota State.
Yeah. Probably depends on the, but I would think so. Probably like, your top 10 teams probably would get a solo episode.
Or Mac or Cam are listening. Let's make sure that we put a graphic out of Colby's top favorite FCS programs when he isolates them to team previews.
I'll throw in Lehigh if Sean never talks if Sean never talks good stadiums ever again.
Will you go talk?
Lehigh Stadium might make
Lehigh Stadium. Great, that is great. Right? There was rumors
Veterans Stadium #1, SoFi Stadium #2, Lehigh Stadium #3, Lucas Oil Field.
Good God, you're so lost. You're so lost in the world, buddy.
Do you happen to have the name of the new?
Please send me the top 10 Canva template, Colby.
Do you have the new name for the Tennessee one? I know that was. I know you really like those drawings.
I love stadium renderings because anytime a new stadium is proposed that has any sort of roof, retractable or not, it's immediately popped up in my.
We should do a death pool, like last team to have no dome.
Oh wow.
How about last team to have like a real football stadium? Because all of the rest of them are shopping malls. You know what I mean? Like
Lincoln Financial Field, Colby. Come on.
That does look like a football stadium. I'll give you credit there.
It's a great stadium.
Who's the favorite last team to not have a roof?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
No, it's going to be Green Bay, I think.
Oh, Lambeau. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Although Lambeau, Ryan, imagine Lambeau with the sweet dome. They could do tours in the off season.
The owner of the Cleveland Browns did.
Colby knows I'm joking, but he's still look at the expression on his face.
He can't help
he's still
himself.
he's bottling the rage, and his mind is telling him Sean's joking. He's trying to get me provoked. Don't fall for the trap, but his gut instinct can't stop him.
There was once a time where like I really loved the NFL. So it hurts me every day that I wake up and think about this nonstop. Really. I think about this. Me and Michael Barker will share. You should see our text change. Check out the Stadium Heads podcast, but you should see our text chain because it's like, he'll send me a photo of like like a candlestick in its first year. And he's just like, How did they fuck this up? How did they fuck this up? You know what I mean? And so
he does like the Kivy Dome, which I don't understand.
Sean, we got to bring back the F
I agree,
line, but it's Colby and campus tour.
Just getting all hot and lathered about different stadiums.
Just hot, thinking about those horrible views of Candlestick Park.
What are you doing,
Sean? Do you remember the game we went to?
I'm thinking of the Rose Bowl back in the 70s.
Do you remember the football game we went to there?
Yeah, it was
one
not
of the worst.
It was not a good experience.
Things I've ever seen. It was not.
That stadium's awesome.
I would throw the Cleveland Browns getting a dome seems a long way away.
Yeah,
that guy stole money at the pump.
Isn't that happening? Didn't they announce
the Browns are building a dome?
Yeah, I think there's talk about that right now.
Colby's deep into the yeah. All right, you want to talk about UFL?
Yes. Before we do, of course, shout out to Rhythm. Man, I've been loving Rhythm with the NBA player props. Super helpful with their projections. Rhythm is great. Obviously, they give you a bunch of player props, but they also let you customize your own model and use some AI machine learning. Very, very cool. It pairs the predictions with player prop graphics to help you feel even more confident in your picks. And again, you can use it for picks. You can use it for DFS. Really, a ton of great uses for it. From superstars to bench players, Rhythm finds the best player prop lines, all backed by AI data, without you needing to endlessly scroll through a sports book. Again, the NBA models really cool. Cannot wait to fire on some of those for the NBA Finals. And if you're jonesing for some action, WNBA, get in over there. I know Terrell and Scott do a great job over the WNBA Gamble Podcast and golf. I mean, you look at Underdog, you look at some of these sports books, they are offering a ton of markets for golf. So there's a lot of data, a lot of ways to take advantage, and the ability to build your own model, which is a pretty cool experience. Best part is you get a free 7-day trial. That's right, free 7-day trial. Just go to RITHMM wherever you download your apps. Rhythm. All right.
Sorry, I was gulping some delicious LaCroix.
So she said,
I'll
bleep that out.
I do believe we have footage of my picks recently, though, right?
What do you mean?
That video.
Yeah. The killer whale picked Dundee.
All right, here we go.
Good morning. It's the jaw.
Yeah, we don't need audio, but basically drones are the greatest thing to happen to watching animals kill each other.
Yeah, it's this killer whale just destroys a great white shark. In your head, you think nothing can beat a great white shark, and then you see a killer whale.
I mean, for the size, though, I mean,
its closing speed is really what was.
I was about to say it reminds me of that's Ray Lewis against against I don't know so some shitty running back in the early 2000s, but just impressive performance and no CTE there.
What they've typically done with what's going on, what they typically have done with the what they find is that when the great whites are swimming around near the surface hunting themselves, the killer whales or the orcas will come from down below and just fuck them up. That's why there's been times when they breach and do the same thing. And to Sean's point, that closing speed, it did kind of remind me of someone or something. And I'm gonna find it so I can.
Well, and I got a little breaking news here. I got a great question in the chat. EB Steelers wants to know what's the hog size on one of these things.
What do you mean? Fish?
No, the whale.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're asking about the whale's dick.
Yes.
Okay.
Male orcas, also known as killer whales, have very large penises relative to their size. In fact, the record length for an orca penis is Colby. Guess how many feet an orca penis is?
Woo. Long. Let's go 4.
8 feet.
Damn.
8 feet. So that means you got a minute bull hanging off this killer whale. That is crazy.
Long.
So you asked the athlete that I was reminded of when I saw that footage. I this is the first thing I thought about was Sean Taylor just
lighting up a punter.
I hate to make the punter the great white shark because that's probably not fair, but my God.
Yeah, of course, all-time greatest hit from the Pro Bowl when they still played tackle football in the Pro Bowl.
That's at Aloha Stadium, one of the greatest stadiums ever.
Can we run that back one more? And they're going to show it in slow motion. I think they show it in slow motion.
He got up. He's alive.
But imagine if this happened today. Oh my God.
And it wasn't, I don't think that's even now. I don't think that's an illegal hit.
No, it's clean as shit.
They'd still throw the flag. They'd throw the flag and review it. And look at
this. Perfect
they might
tackle.
Still it is perfect.
Decleaner. Yeah, maybe in college game, you're right. But NFL, that's a clean hit.
You would never play at a nice stadium like that these days in the NFL.
Aloha Stadium is falling apart. It's
come on.
They are planning on rebuilding it at some point.
Yeah, but even with it falling apart, it's still better than SoFi.
It's part of the elite's plan to take over Hawaii, destroy football on the island.
Kramer keeps alluding to these conspiracy theories that only he has read about, and only he's aware of.
Everyone's aware of them.
You have to.
No, I'm not going to expand. One day, if you want to, actually, what's my favorite thing? You should. I recommend you do your own research.
Yes, we always recommend doing our own research.
Can we I hear there's rumors on the internets.
Hold on.
It was.
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
It was a simpler time back then, really.
It was.
It's like Uncle Rico. Let's just go back.
I know that a great white shark and a killer whale cannot coexist peacefully.
Sometimes
judging from that, judging from that clip, the closing speed on the killer whale is just insane.
It is impressive when you see an alpha predator go after another alpha. It's like when that grizzly bear and the brown bear are just like tearing up an 80-foot tree. I mean, yeah, we've gotten soft as a species. These other species are locked in fucking murderers. Got that killer in them. All right. I did not double check this, so I will do it in real time. So I know that we have at least one game that matters. I think only one game that matters. Although, like they're saying, they're going to get that film, get that tape. Let's start.
Well, and then it does. Colby, the Defenders. Wait, what is it? The Defenders Renegades. The winner of that gets the #1 pick, right?
Oh wow!
Which is one of my favorite things because they're so great at understanding who's good in this league because Bryce Perkins was just available and he looks like the third or second best. I personally think he looks like the second best player in the whole league. They're so great at. We saw this a year ago. Or no, it was a year and a half ago with Bo Scarborough getting picked up mid-season and then him looking like the best player in the league.
Not the best talent evaluators in these spring leagues.
The first pick, to me, about as useless as you saw. I think they took Matt Corral with the first pick, and he's a backup to Adrian Martinez.
But I also if they want the players to be extra motivated, you give them like a cash incentive, something like that. So maybe honestly, like they're supposed to be partnered up with the NFL, give them a guaranteed tryout. Hey, this entire team will be guaranteed some sort of tryout, a look, whatever in the NFL. Give them something real. Maybe it's a practice squad contract. The fact that you win
Applebee's gift card, NFL just did a deal with them. Yeah,
something really awesome like Applebee's. Yeah. The fact that they're supposed to win the #1 pick, the #1 pick theoretically would be a really good player that you could lose your job. You need your job. I don't see why they would be motivated to have someone else take their job. Like, oh hey, I hope we get a #1 pick so we can. Like the quarterback. Is the quarterback going to play really well so they can draft a better quarterback next year? The logic is bonkers.
I'll fix it. So we used to have the European exemptions on the NFL rosters. Why not do the same thing for the UFL? Have a couple spots on every NFL roster, or one spot that's just it's exempt from your typical rules.
It's just
and
hilarious.
It must come from a player who played in the previous season of the UFL.
No, yeah, there's practice squad. What is it, like 6 guys? Just add a 7th spot that you keep for the UFL. Like it's very easy to integrate and actually make this NFL minor leagues, which would give it even more cachet. It's really annoying because A, watching football is awesome. B, gambling on football is awesome. C, there are a handful of talented players, but D, it is just the actual people running the league, UFL Jeff included, just have their head so far up their ass, do not have any passion or love for football, and they're really fucking up this amazing opportunity. The two leagues combined. Okay, that makes sense. There probably isn't a market for two spring leagues.
This is what it is. You just need the NFL to have more influence. So like, maybe half of each team are players controlled by NFL teams, and they give some instruction and some intelligent.
I would push back though. I would push back because I think when you're trying to be the NFL, you don't have the good enough players. So to me, like CJ was talking about this on our show, was they should do more to switch up the style. You know, like there should be more variance. You should try way more crazy gimmicks to me. Not as far as like the 4th and 12, but I'm talking about from a coaching philosophy to try to push the game as opposed to just trying to load up and be NFL junior.
But that jives because you need an R&D. That's exactly what it would be. It would also be a place where you test out coaches. Rules. You would get coaches out there that aren't going to be Tony Meatball or some old ass coach who's been doing it forever. It's going to be
that's the other
younger progressive guys.
These it's these coaches who are given this second leash on life instead of being like really innovative and trying something new and going out on a limb and having like an aggressive different play calling style or whatever. I feel like the play calling and decision making is just so comically conservative. Maybe some of it and I guess in their defense, they don't have the actual practice time to install more complex stuff or different stuff. But to even Colby's point, even like going back to a simpler style that isn't played anymore, could create some differentiation and create opportunities for the coaches too.
Think about Chip Kelly.
Yeah,
Chip Kelly had to grind pretty hard to get to where he got to. He had a gimmick. It was exploitable. It should be super easy to get someone like that.
There's a bunch of them out there too, like the Presbyterian in the FCS. Their coach was kicking an onside kick every time. Now I know you can't do it in this league, but my point is, it's like Bob Stitt in D2 was doing he invented the jet sweep. Everyone's running it now, but I'm saying there's coaching out there going where that happens, and to me that is to me a problem. Not only of this league, that's been a problem of all these spring leagues of late to me.
Well, and real quick, all around hustle checking in. Lindsey Scott was the first pick. Colby Corral was a free agent signing.
Well, either way, Lindsey Scott hasn't started a game. My point is,
why not?
Oh, that guy can play in the league. Well, Matt Corral actually should be starting somewhere too, just not in Birmingham.
All right, you want to talk about the games?
Yeah, let's get into the picks. Of course, shout out to Underdog Fantasy. You can get in on some UFL DFS. Best Ball Mania is here, getting $15 million in prizes. Use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the pick'em. Yes, and stay tuned to our Twitter. We're always resharing the special promos. Last night they had Luca hire a half point. With like a $15, it's a $15 limit on the entry, but you can still cobble together like a 6x, a 10x. So it's nice to have that free square. So again, stay tuned to their socials, stay tuned to ours, because we're always sharing stuff at Gambling Podcast. The pick'ems are super fun. They even have some lacrosse pick'ems, gave some out for the PLLs episode. So many ways to win. Underdog Fantasy, just an awesome product. Promo code SGPN, get you a deposit match up to $250 in bonus cash. Let's do it, Kramer. What do we got?
All right. Well, we have trouble.
Why?
Well, it wouldn't be the UFL if they didn't fuck up their schedule once again.
No.
Saturday. Well, all right. We got back-to-back games. Unfortunately, we are competing with Premier Lacrosse League action opening weekend. So not interested. I'll be not watching my shout out to the Redwoods on their week 1 bye. Bullshit. Still waiting to hear from
also,
the league office.
We need a lacrosse sound effect. So if you got a good lacrosse sound effect, I don't know exactly
ball
what
hitting
it is.
the bar.
Sticks up.
Yeah, or like this is close. Like, two guys facing off with the sticks
with swords.
Some long poles going at it. I don't know. If you're lax head, get at us.
Yeah.
But
all right, so
going head to head with the Waterdogs,
which
right?
good luck there. 11 a.m. First up, one of the games that should matter does not matter. Michigan, the Panthers, who's, by the way, if you like them to take down the championship, 750 is the future. They are in. They're locked in, and they can even finish as the 1 seed, right, Colby? Birmingham,
but they cannot have a home field.
Technically, that'd be the 1 seed. And what a year it would be.
So if they got the 1 seed, they would then play on the road week 1 of the playoffs in Birmingham because of the Wayne County Community College graduation that, as far as I can tell, was public knowledge back in November before the league even started.
And of course, if you are a Wayne County Community College graduate, please hit us up. We will hook you up with some gear to celebrate while you're graduating.
Maybe a special DGen University shirt in Wayne County. #DGens only. In Wayne County Community College colors.
Oh, I like that.
Idea.
If you missed it on Wednesday's episode, we did announce our next graduate for DGen University, Cooper. Shout out to you, Cooper. And of course, DGen.University. Always applications always open. We'll announce some more winners. I mean.
All right, so Stallions -8, -395 on the money line. Panthers +310, 43.5 is the total. Birmingham, if you wanted to play them to win the championship right now, -140. Imagine having that at +300. People wouldn't believe you. Dog.
I mean, I still don't mind it at -140. They've just destroyed this league. That being said, this Panthers team plays a pretty good defense. I think in a game like this, how can you make this spread 8 points? Like, no one's going to play.
They don't need to play.
No one is going to want to play into their starters. I know guys are fighting for film, but Birmingham has a pretty deep team. Sure. But Panthers have a pretty good defense, and it's really hard. Like, even in the NFL, it's hard to play like second string defensive guys. You don't have that kind of depth, and you can't really play defense half-assed. So you're out there, you're playing football. I think the fact that the Panthers have such a good defense, I think 8 points is crazy. I'm all over the Panthers here. How could you take a Stallions team laying 8 when they don't need the game? We just saw this happen last week.
I don't know.
I'm actually going to lay it because I think Michigan, that they don't want to reveal their hand. And to me, the backups for the Stallions are way better than the backups for the Panthers. So I expect them to be playing. I mean, I was puzzled last week once again with Mike Nolan's judgment. They scored 20. They scored 20 unanswered when they put Bryce Perkins
puzzled
in.
with his judgment.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And he says, like, right before that, like a couple drives before, they have him mic'd up. He's like, Danny Etling's our guy. I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? But everyone knows Bryce Perkins is really good. But why would you show them everything right now?
Colby loves Bryce Perkins.
Dude, it's so stupid.
But to that point, Colby, if Nolan thinks Etling's the guy, doesn't that mean Bryce Perkins is going to get a ton of work here?
I guess I don't know. What I don't know what Michigan's doing in general, because even when he's healthy, even when the past couple of weeks they haven't given him but like 10 or 12 passes. So
to me, this is like a preseason game. You can't make the spread 8 points. That's crazy.
I just think Birmingham. I would imagine Birmingham plays Corral more. And probably they give Person a rest too, and I just think Birmingham's roster is deeper. So I think they keep Michigan will keep it vanilla. I think Birmingham will be a little affected by the loss last week, and they're doing a Shark Dog autograph signing as well. So
is that true?
That is true.
Damn. All right.
I'm gonna. Well, that's a problem for the league too, right? You have both matchups. Both matchups are repeat matchups next week.
That's fine. I'm sure that won't impact viewership. Like, why watch this week?
Also, for a league that like randomly changes the rules at the last second and like decides the schedule, why not leave week 10 wild card weekend? You don't find out the schedule until after game 9 ends. Like,
deadlines only.
Leave it open door. I mean,
because you might not know who's got a graduation the next week.
Well, also Southwest doesn't charge change fees. Like, getting the flights reorganized isn't crazy.
You think they're on Southwest? Probably Spirit.
Yeah, A-list preferred member here. Kramer, I did
probably Spirit.
Yeah. What are you doing here, Kermit?
I was going to take the Panthers until I heard about that signing. This is an impossible handicap. I feel like I stole the money last week. There's no way Birmingham loses 2 in a row because definitely the coach. It was a good loss, right? The coaches will be able to use that. I'm sure they'll try some stuff out. Like Colby said, the backups are just better, and Shark Dog will be there.
And remember, Perkins came in like they scored 20 unanswered. That was because you're playing Houston. If you start the wrong quarterback, Birmingham will be up by more than that. If that's the case, and I think they'll play better defense. Houston's just Houston,
It's true. All right. So I'm on Birmingham with
lane 8 in a meaningless game.
I said I'm originally going to be on the Panthers, but everything changed when I heard about the Shark Dog signing. The game doesn't matter. It's an impossible handicap. Impossible to take this seriously. Who would put real money on this, Sean? 1 p.m. Also competing with week 1 of the Premier Lacrosse League. The San Antonio Brahmas, Colby's top fraudulent team in the United Football League,
did give the Stallions their only loss in 17 games.
Yeah, I mean, did you watch that game?
I caught a couple.
This is if you talk to Colby about the San Antonio Brahmas, his first question to you will be, "Did you watch the game?"
They're not good.
Same as the Renegades. Did you watch the game? The Brahmas head to St. Louis, where they will potentially be going back next week if they lose. If they win, they get to host the game, and so this game has a much more interesting dynamic. Meanwhile, the Battlehawks, if they win, they get home games all the way through and through. If they were to win, the championship game is in St. Louis this year. They're laying 2.5 here, -150 on the money line, +125 for the Brahmas. 42.5 is the total. Perhaps the only reason to think that maybe the Stallions won't walk to the championship is just that.
Yeah, but they have to come to St. Louis, which is the only venue that has a home field.
They did win a game there this year, but I like the Brahmas. Horseshoe up the ass, win after win. They want the home they don't want to have to come back to St. Louis next week.
But doesn't St. Louis have that same edge? And they're at home. They want to stay at home. I mean, imagine you're the coach for the Battlehawks. You can just say, "Hey, you win this game. You don't have to." Well, they actually do have to go back to the home base, but if we're going to keep playing in St. Louis, this would be insane. So if they win this game, then they would fly back to the
both of them,
the home center.
Yeah.
Then they would fly back to St. Louis for the playoff game. They win that. They fly back to the home center. Then they fly back to St. Louis for the championship game.
Cutting down on cost, Sean.
The Ponzi scheme is maybe it's airline miles. There's some there's some scheme that the UFL is running. I haven't unraveled it yet.
You don't understand, but they're on the same plane.
Colby, what are you doing here? Because I could make a case that the Battlehawks need it. They've been a tough out.
Hotels are expensive.
I mean, they obviously need it. They want to stay at home. They've been a tough out at home.
I don't know if I mentioned, I also love the Brahmas in the teaser.
We did our show yesterday, and I was all over. So play my theme music, by the way. Play my theme music.
We already got a UFL Benedict Dundee.
Well, we didn't think AJ McCarron would be playing. We didn't think AJ McCarron would be playing. We thought they'd give him the week off with San Antonio does have a good D line. But another thing, if you listen to our episode, our favorite DFS play was Anthony McFarland, who I think should be in the NFL. I think he's the best running back in the league, and he's not playing for some reason. He's been ruled out for San Antonio. So
he's resting up for the playoffs.
Give me St. Louis -2.5.
Law is the law. Yeah, I'll take Battlehawks all day. This is a get up spot.
No,
for St. Louis.
running
coming
back
off a
moves
loss.
the line. Don't be a donkey. AJ McCarron coming back too soon. Loser vibes. Let's go Brahmas. Bring that playoff game home to San Antonio. Let's hop over to Sunday, where they did the wise thing, and they're only going to be competing with a little bit of lacrosse. Not 9 a.m. on Sunday, so make sure you set your alarms for the battle between the was it second best offense in the league, Arlington Renegades, who don't have a future to win the championship. They're taking on the DC Defenders. Defenders -2, -140 on the money line. Renegades +120. 46.5 is the total. Sean mentioned that there is a draft pick on the line here. Colby already ranted about it, but not only is it a tremendously useless thing because they're bad at evaluating talent, but it's an impossible draft because you have to not take guys that the NFL are like. The window of guy that you can take is pretty narrow. It's like guys that don't think they're good enough to be in the NFL, basically.
Yes.
So anyway, in this one, why not keep riding this Arlington team now that the games don't matter? Fire.
Colby, what are you doing?
I'm actually gonna. The line doesn't make any sense to me. So give me DC. Greg Williams doesn't. He doesn't quit when I can trust a Buddy Ryan guy when I know one. And look, DC, their defensive line's complete ass. But they're gonna blitz the hell out of YouTube sensation Luis Perez. So I think that there. And with Arlington's horrible defense, DC's offense looked pretty good last week. Arlington's
DC, I guess you could say, does have somewhat of a home field, although obviously not that great of a home field.
I'm discarding them as a home edge.
Really? Yep. Okay.
Ever since they
neutered the beer stick,
the endangered animal went to extinct status.
I'm with Colby though. I think DC's defense can at least slow down Arlington. I think Arlington's defense is pretty rough. DC put up 36 against the Showboats. Showboats are trash.
I was gonna say, but I feel like that you guys are being swayed by them coming off a game against.
No, but you could say the same thing for Arlington. Arlington on the road. If you remember, Ryan, they lost to the Brahmas last time they were on the road.
That was a tight game, and Colby would probably remind you that the Brahmas pulled something.
They
out
lost
of their ass.
to the Panthers by 1 in Michigan.
That's a good road game right there. Michigan's are a quality team there.
They lost to the Roughnecks by 8. They're bad.
That's a bad.
Yeah, give me the defenders. I'm with Colby. This might be lock potential.
Oh, interesting. Okay, we'll just disagree on every pick. I love this. Now we got to wait the entire day. 4 p.m. on the West Coast, we got the Houston Roughnecks, Memphis Showboats. We might as well just truncate the week before this. We don't need to play this game. No one needs to see this game. Roughnecks -2 on the road, which that tells you everything you need to know about the quality of this game. -135 on the money line. Showboats +115. 44.5 is the total. I didn't actually ask the research team to do this, but I assume this is the first time Houston's been road favorites. What are we supposed to do with this one? You're going to talk about maybe how you love the Liberty Bowl. Stay positive.
That is better than 99% of the NFL stadiums. But we will take Houston -2. They look. Curtis Johnson's a fucking idiot when it comes to coaching. He should never coach. He shouldn't be in charge of nothing in life. But
Case Koukas is done for the year for the Showboats, right?
Yeah, they're starting Josh Love, the former San Jose State Spartan, and Memphis' offensive line is the worst. I actually think Houston is one of the best defensive teams in the league. The stats don't represent that, but that's because they're on the field 90% of the time. They switched to Nolan Henderson. He's a little more athletic at the quarterback spot, and Memphis looks like they've quit. So I will lay the 2 with Houston. They seem to still be fighting for Curtis Johnson despite his he doesn't know where his iPad is. He doesn't know. How about
he's a football guy?
How about he challenged that play last week? One of the stupidest things. You got to give credit to these announcers that try to make it seem like, oh, he's going to challenge this. He's going to challenge this. And not like it's almost hard not to be on live TV and say, what's this guy doing? You know what I mean? Like they do a good job of not being an asshole in a way, but I think Houston is the better team here. I think Memphis's defense is horrible. I don't know what the hell's going on there, and their offensive line is the worst in the league.
Auto fade. Although Josh Love is a local kid, Sean, from Mission, VA.
Really? Yeah. Okay. So we actually have a Discord play. As I am also on Houston -2. Discord, enjoy your Showboat small home dog. This to me is just a fade of Josh Love. So and I'm with Colby. Like the defense, Roughnecks. I don't know if I would go second best. I would have the Panthers and Stallions defenses ahead of them. But certainly in this game, I think they can slow down Love. Gets a couple turnovers. So yeah, give me the Roughnecks lane too.
Yeah, it's more just Memphis is the
it's just an auto fade of Memphis. Kramer, time for our lock and our dog.
Why don't the losers play? in playoffs. Like have a loser playoff for the draft pick.
Yeah.
What are they? This fucking league is so dumb.
Have a winner tournament and a loser tournament.
It sounds like Mike Leach again. I like this. Yes.
And give them a trophy, the biggest loser.
Yeah.
Like whoever the loser bowl
and money.
just sounds funny. Yeah.
Why do no sports do that? I've always wondered that. More
like here might be my thought. Like how hard would it be to sell like $1 million of advertising for a football game? Like that would be
these football games?
Yeah.
It would be hard.
That would be hard?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we aren't getting some good prize money.
Not $1 million. But
what about
$50K?
Like
hang on. I actually think if you could sell this as the toilet bowl, the biggest or the loser bowl,
yeah,
I actually think that becomes way marketable. Way more marketable than any game this whole season.
What if the players can wager on the what if there's a pot that they can buy into? And so it's like, oh, okay, like I'm putting up my game check, so I'm eligible to get the team share divided by how many players.
Double down.
In.
How do they not have leagues like this though? Like, I mean, remember Mike Leach was talking about
there.
this with this.
Who's like we find out on a Tuesday who's doubling down.
Remember Leach wanted this. He wanted the playoff, a 64 team playoff.
That would be, Sean,
and then he wanted the
awesome.
64 team playoff to see who the worst team was. So
we're seeing a lot of line movement here. We've got half the Houston Roughnecks roster has opted into the double down in week 11.
Yeah,
they are locked in.
Get KFC to sponsor. Yeah. Remember the KFC double down?
And then halftime, do a running man.
No, I don't.
Oh, all right. Now we got to Google the KFC double down.
Remember the KFC double down? I can't say that I do.
That was the chicken patty sandwich with it was really unhealthy.
Wait,
sandwich.
Is that the Jerry Rice one?
No, that.
Please show that. That was Popeyes. That was Popeyes.
Don't show the.
Type in Jerry Rice Popeyes.
No, don't.
Jerry
do that,
Rice
Josh.
Popeyes.
Don't do that, Josh. The double down is it's instead of pieces of bread, it is a fried chicken patty.
Oh, I do remember.
And then it's like cheese and bacon in the middle.
Where did we go wrong as a people?
Yeah, we used to be a country.
This never need. Do you remember the gangbang? When you'd get like a McChicken sandwich and a double cheeseburger, and you'd stick one inside of the other. We were also, or maybe it was their Big Mac was involved or something. McGangbang. Someone's gonna reach out to me and tell. Oh shit. Sorry.
What the hell are you doing over there, Kramer?
I'm clicking buttons.
All right, Kramer, lock and dog, and feel free to Google Jerry Rice Popeyes chicken on your own time.
Okay. I mean, Colby was he had the same smirk as the lemon party.
Well, I mean,
so
it's fucking funny. I mean, look, I didn't create it. They created it. It's
Josh,
funny. Yeah.
Show the Jerry Rice Popeye chicken. It's I mean, Jerry Rice, whoever was doing his ad deals.
Hey, they should do a league where you play with this. You know what I mean?
It's basically a 1-bar face mask, but the 1 bar there's in the middle is a chicken wing, and it looks so fucking crazy. Although, also shout out to Popeyes if we can get a Popeyes either. Oh, and the chicken wing spins. I never. I never realized
that's fire.
That.
I don't think I did either.
Yeah, that is.
They
awesome.
should make the that's what I'm saying. Do a loser bracket where everyone's got to wear that face mask.
I'm in. All right, Kramer, lock and dog. What are you doing?
I mean, there's just the idea is comical for so many. Like, what, you never eat the wing? It's like a fucking display case. Your face is never gonna get any closer.
It smells all good. It smells all good. You're like, God damn it, I'm hungry. You know,
it's like Homer's fishing line Twinkie. You're just never gonna get there. Yeah, I think you got to lock up. I mean, personally, I'm gonna lock up the Renegades because they're on a fucking heater.
Okay,
and I'm gonna make my my Brahmas the dog.
Okay,
and yeah,
for me, I will lock up. This is interesting.
And I would say if you're younger and you've never heard the Chappelle bit on fried chicken.
Oh, it is very good.
It's one of his
Chappelle legend.
Yeah, one of his top bits.
I'll go for my lock. This is interesting because I do like St. Louis. I don't know if they're lock potential. I'll go Houston. Road favorite.
Jesus Christ.
Against Memphis. I'm not scared. And then the dog, Michigan Panthers. It's gonna be ugly, but they're gonna get it done. Colby, what do you got? Lock in a dog.
I will lock up. Let's go with Birmingham -8.
Wow.
Whoa.
And I don't have a dog, so let's parlay DC and Houston.
You guys are crazy. Putting Houston in some stuff. I also think we should make sure we're tracking what pick shows up on Tally site for this Stallions game. I'm just making it. If I'm circling a game this week that Colby's going to change his mind on
The Stallions game, no.
Yeah.
I told you the game that changed. It was the St. Louis San Antonio game. I had a dog yesterday, and then they released news, and had to change horses midstream.
You know what? Maybe that's a value add. We can talk to our friends with the score apps. Anytime Colby Benedicts, maybe we can get
like
some sort of automated tweet.
You get a
automated
message
post on X.
Message sent to you via the app.
Benedicting in progress.
Breaking news.
Wow. Still 50 minutes on a week with no games.
Yeah, we have fun. UFL is all about having fun and making fun of it. Make sure you check out the college football experience. Colby previewing all the FCS college football teams and even a couple of the FBS.
And check out the college baseball experience. Army tied up with number 17, or the number 7 team in the nation, the Georgia Bulldogs, right now at 7-7 with 2 on in the 8th. Let's go Black Knights.
I was going to say Noah did preview every regional. So a little bit of effort there.
Shout out to Noah. Get the SGPN May. Last day is today. When it hits June, the promo code is cooked. SGPN May, get you 15% off everything. We will be back on air, Kramer, on VSiN, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock East, every Friday, getting you ready for the weekend of gambling.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Yes, Colby.
CFL Gambling Podcast. Check it out. We're going live. We're going live tonight, covering the West region. And look, what are you guys doing? If you're a UFL fan, damn it, you're a CFL fan. So, read the room.
When is week 1?
Next week.
Oh, all right.
Whole Canada, we love our beaver.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
Sean, let's remember to send the killer whale video over to producer Brian with VSiN.
Kramer, let it ride.